Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Well, what do we have here? It looks like Nolan Wells' friends have lawyered up with a high-powered attorney. Yeah! They done went got them a Trumpster. Trump, MAGA, black folks, black young man dead, MAGA lawyer defending the alleged. Interesting. I want to also show you an interesting article, family. This is in TMZ, and I'm going to tell you something straight up. TMZ has been walking around here looking very sus lately. Yeah, man. TMZ has drawn a line in the sand, and it appears to me that they have clearly said, we are rocking with the guys who most of the world believes took Nolan out. Yeah, look at the headline, fam. Nolan Wells' friends lawyer up with attorney who repped Trump. Nolan Wells' friends have had enough of being accused online over his death, and they're bringing in one of President Trump's heavy hitters to fight back. Notice the texture of those words. It sounds like whoever writing it is in support of these so-called friends. They've had enough of being accused online over his death. How do they know they've had enough? You know, that's a very personal statement. I can see if they just said they had enough. You know, they claim they've had enough, but they're saying it as if this is absolute. The Officer Tatum show host Brandon Tatum reports attorney J. Tyler Cox, who represents 3 of the young men caught up in the case, has enlisted prominent defamation lawyer Edward Andrew Potzik to help defend their names. There's the ungodly looking guy right there. That's him, who went out of his way to try to sue all of these major media outlets for expressing truth. Potzik has represented Trump in high-profile legal battles against CBS, Paramount, the New York Times, and BBC. I'm not sure. I think a couple of them settled, but I know BBC countersued. Tatum says the new legal muscle sends an unmistakable warning to anyone continuing to spread what he calls reckless and damaging allegations. Be prepared to defend those claims in court. He says the young man should be mourning Nolan, not fighting for their reputations and futures, and directed followers to a legal fund supporting their defense. The legal fund was set up by Dr. Benjamin Hudson in support of his son Warren, as well as Jax Patalo and Morgan Seymour, 2 other friends of Nolan's. Now, let's go back to the mourning part. He says the young man should be mourning Nolan. No, they should not be mourning Nolan. They should be celebrating somewhere with Nolan, kicking it, having fun. But somebody killed him. As TMZ previously reported, Nolan's friend, Bart Edmondson Jr., has already fired off a cease and desist letter to OnlyFans model Kimbra Lee, accusing her of falsely linking him to Nolan's death and an alleged cover-up. The online fury has also spilled into alleged criminal threats. A California man was arrested after authorities say he sent messages to Judge Ashley Cole, Warren's stepmother, threatening her and her children. There's Ashley, the good judge, Ashley Cole, the one who injected herself into the case, firing off letters and telling her son to lawyer up and be quiet and scrub those damn socials, man. Don't give them nothing to go on. Yeah, that's Warren right there. That's a still shot of him on the Officer Race Tatum show. trying to convince us that he was completely innocent, but he showed no emotion throughout the entire I was about to say interrogation, but it was the entire friendly interview, very softball-like interview. Warren previously sat down with Tatum, denying having anything to do with Nolan's death or tampering with his phone. Tatum later told TMZ he had no prior connection to Warren's family before they contacted him. No word yet on whether any defamation lawsuits have been filed, but Tatum says the families are done leaving their names at the mercy of the online mob. Yeah, man, they're done. They are ready to fight. Now, ask yourself, fam, why would they contact Tatum out of all of the fine journalists in this world? They have the information that people want to know. People want to hear them talk. Explain yourself. Out of all of the qualified people out there who they could have went to speak with, why would they go to him? An obvious plant. Like, if you want people to kind of like halfway ass believe you, you should go somewhere where the interviewer is going to challenge you, right? And you shouldn't have a problem being challenged if you're innocent. You shouldn't have a problem being challenged. Okay, come on with it. Fire off. Like when I know when I'm being interviewed, I'm standing on righteousness. So I ain't got to worry about any questions coming my way because I'm cool with my position. If I did it, I did it. I stand on it. If I said it, I said it. I stand on it. But when you got something to hide, you might want to go to a friendly source. You want to go somewhere where, it's friendly. They're going to give you a softball interview. They're not going to challenge you, right? A lot of these guys who people want to hear from, that's what they do. Celebrities do that a lot too. They go to places where they know that it's going to be friendly. I'm not necessarily saying that you should want, you should be a pain freak and want to go and be interviewed, by somebody who is suspicious of you and questioning your character, whatever. But if you're involved in some type of criminal act, if your name is associated with something like that, then you should at the very least want to have your name cleared by a credible source that is going to be fair and balanced with their questioning, with their line of questioning. Right or wrong, fam? Right or wrong? That's all I'm saying. So all of this is suspicious, and I don't know why they ran over there and got him. It ain't like he got some great special qualifications. The fact that he represented Trump and helped him get, I think, 10 million or something like that from one of those companies. It could have been 10 million, 10 billion, whatever it was. Not 10 billion, 10 million. It was 10 million. That ain't no big deal. Trump, the president of the United States, and all of it, hell, he could have got a fifth grader to represent him and he would have won, because all of the damn outlets, they scared of him. So they was going to capitulate no matter what. They're scared of him. So you don't have to have no great, skilled lawyer to win a case like that when you got the deck stacked. So that ain't impressive to me. You saw he got his head beat in with those 34 felonies, right? Who represented him for that? I don't respect none of it. I don't respect it at all. I do not respect it at all. What I want to know is, why do you need a lawyer if he drowned? If Nolan drowned, what you need a lawyer for? What do you need a lawyer for if Nolan drowned? And why cut off communication with the family if you're innocent? Why go dark on the internet if you're innocent? Why scrub your social media accounts? I ain't scrubbing mine. I know one of these clowns out here accused me of something I know I didn't do. I ain't scrubbing mine. If I did it, I'm not scrubbing my accounts. Did you hear what I said? If I did it, I'm not scrubbing my accounts. I'm not running from nobody. I'm not running and hiding like a gutter rat. Yeah, I'm not doing none of that. I'm standing on it. If I did it, well, hold me accountable. If I'm going to be held accountable, then I'll be held accountable. And I'll deal with it. I'm going to deal with it like a man. I'm not going to cower behind lawyers and my mama and daddy. I'm not doing none of that. If it's my friend, I'm going to that funeral. If it's my friend, I'm going to that funeral. If I ain't kill him, I'm going to that funeral. If I didn't watch him get killed, I'm going to that funeral. If I didn't suppress evidence, I'm going to that funeral. If I really truly loved his family, I'm going to that funeral. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.